Hello to all the comic fans, Marvel geeks, and DC nerds, and anyone in between that. I am here today to review the third episode of Creature Commandos, which came out today. And it's all going to be from a Marvel fan's perspective. When I say that, I don't mean someone who wants to say Marvel versus DC, which one's better? It's more that I am a Marvel fan to my core, and I would really love to get involved in the DC fandom as much as I am in the Marvel fandom. I'd like to learn. I want to know about the characters. I want to get straight into the comics. So what better way to do that than watch the first project of James Gunn's DC. Creature Commandos so far has been great. I've actually really enjoyed it. Speaking on episode 3, I'd say I liked this one better than the first two. If you watch my review of the first 2 episodes of Creature Commandos, you'll see that I did enjoy it. It felt very James Gunn, which I don't think is a bad thing. But I think episode 3 is even more James Gunn, and I will tell you why. So this episode's called Cheers to the Tin Man. It is about G.I. Robot. We get more background on him. We get to know him better. And something that is extremely James Gunn is that he makes you sympathize and get emotionally invested in things you did not think were possible. Like with Guardians of the Galaxy, I remember thinking, how is he going to make me feel bad for Rocket Raccoon? And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 happened, and then there we were. He did it again, but this time with I'm not sure I can say the name of what G.I. Robot kills on YouTube. I'm not sure. So he is an enemy killing robot, and I thought last week, wow, that's going to be a character I have no interest in because it's just like a robot. Okay, but tell me why he was my favorite character now. So the third episode of Creature Commandos reveals G.I. Robot's origin story by taking us back to World War II. He joins Easy Company. He saves the day by gunning down countless enemies, much to the delight of his fellow soldiers. I thought that was really nice. I really liked that they're like, yeah, you did it. You're amazing. Let's go get a beer, even though you're a robot. I liked it. He had this weird smile on. He looked just happy. And that was the point where I was like, oh no, I'm starting to like G.I. Robot. That usually means something bad's going to happen. And wouldn't you know? So, Sergeant Rock and all his men hail G.I. Robot as the hero of everything that happened that day. He was the one that took out all the enemies. He saved his team, and it's clear that G.I. Robot felt accepted and loved. However, once the war concludes, he's paraded on television, and the results are awkward. Given his desperate need to kill enemies, let's say he's not exactly suited for the celebrity lifestyle, as we saw when he said, have you checked out the audience's backgrounds or IDs? And the TV host was like, no. And he's like, I am, and I'm gonna kill them. So, I mean, the Hollywood lifestyle is not for everyone. That's okay. So, unable to become the mascot of the U.S. Army's wants and needs, and I guess the poster child of World War II, G.I. Robot falls into the hands of Metal Man creator Dr. William Magnus, which threw me off because of the voice actor Alan Tudyk. I love him so much, so that threw me off a little bit. He takes the former soldier apart, mentions adding some upgrades, which we do see later in the episode, which were great upgrades, by the way, but seems cold towards GI and keen to study him for other endeavors, which I think we can all guess. But he did seem cold. He seemed like he was interested in how GI Robot worked and what made him him, but then he never saw any kind of emotional connection or any kindness towards him. Even though he is a robot, he is an AI robot, he is fully self-aware. So that was kind of sad, but I mean, it happens. Years later, he deactivated GI Robot, which, like, I get. GI Robot's made to do one thing and one thing only, and that is kill the enemies. And the war was over, so what is he supposed to do? By the end of the episode, I wanted to cry because Cersei ends up killing GI Robot. So when Weasel and Dr. Phosphorus attack her in the most monstrous of ways, I was like, fair, that's valid, I get it. So Nina runs out and GI Robot says, "Friend Nina," and that's when I wanted to just flip the table over, because how rude of you to give me so much to be emotionally invested in, and then you just kill him off. You ripped him away. That's just kind of rude. The audacity of you, really. I'd say, like I said, this episode I think was the best one. And we're only 3 episodes in, so like, what's gonna happen next? I'm quite nervous for that. I think James Gunn did what James Gunn does and makes you emotionally invested in something you don't see happening. When it's a team of monsters who have done, I wouldn't say GI Robot did terrible things, but like, who have done things that are against the law. And you took that from me when you made me care about him. So I'm kind of mad, but like in a good way, because it shows the true talent that James Gunn has. So I'm excited to see what is next. I believe the next episode is supposed to be about Weasel, who creeps me out. Good Lord, he creeps me out. But that's okay. So let me know, did you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Did you hate it? Did you love it? It was episode 3, so we're only 3 in, and it's already been a wild ride, to be honest. So let me know in the comments what you thought of the episode. Wherever you're listening or watching to this, please hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with my other reviews coming. And have a marvelous day.